Hi there. Welcome back to the Hot Slice podcast by Pizza Today magazine. I'm one of your hosts, Denise Greer, executive editor here at Pizza Today. And with me, Josh Cowan, our creative director.
Denise, it is great to be back on the show. I think this is my first podcast since at Pizza Expo. So get out the mic and the headphones out of the suitcase that's still unpacked, not packed or whatever. But anyway,
it's great
to be back.
By the way. Mine's still packed. It's fine. It's fine. I may leave it packed since we have Expo in March. So this works well, right? It works fine.
But happy National Pizza Month, by the way.
Happy National Pizza Month. Yes, man. You gotta love a month dedicated to pizza. I mean, every day is Pizza Day, but to have a whole month where people are very excited about pizza and just it's blasted everywhere, it's fun. And it's also one of the busiest months of the year.
I say, and just in general, I just like October,
I love
call me
October.
Basic or whatever, but I love October. And so I can't think of a better month for National Pizza Month. But and in celebration of National Pizza Month, our guest today is one of our superstars. He's been a contributor to a magazine, to Pizza Expo for years. He's just an absolute creative mind, Mr. John Gutekanst.
Yes, and he has some fun news to share too, because he's got so much going on at Avalanche in Athens, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
But he's grown. He's added a slice shop. He's just doing big things. He's doing a lot of bread these days. I know it's Pizza Month, but he's doing beautiful bread. Like the bread, I follow him on Instagram, and it just makes me drool how beautiful it is.
Yeah, I think it's maybe Friday nights or something. They after the rush or whatever, they just kind of throw down and start making all kinds of breads.
Yeah, they do the farmers markets.
Yeah, the farmers market for the farmers market. So his feed is very interesting on his Instagram feed is very interesting on Friday night, because you're just seeing bread after bread after bread. That they're all very creative and unique. So yeah, he's just got a brilliant mind for food, and he's very entertaining to boot. So.
Oh, absolutely. And you're going to love it. We just have a great conversation with him. We go in 100 different directions, but hey, that's what it's like to hang out and talk on a podcast. So it's great. So I think let's just jump right into talking with John, because he's such a great guy to talk to, and he's going to drop some nuggets you're going to want to listen to as well.
Yep.
Performance Food Service is proud to deliver high-quality products, innovative technology, and custom operational solutions to restaurants of all sizes across the country. The flagship division of Performance Food Group, with deep roots in the restaurant industry, Performance Food Service has been the exclusive distributor of the Roma family of brands for more than 65 years. This signature relationship has allowed Performance Food Service to become a leader in the pizza and Italian segment of food service nationwide.
With extraordinary pizza cheese comes extraordinary rewards. Only Bacio Exceptional Italian Pizza Cheese offers the Gold Club Rewards program with monthly cash back on every cheese purchase. Members also receive funds twice a year to use in their exclusive marketing store. It's their way of saying grazie to customers. Schedule a demonstration at bacciocheese.com/hotslice and discover how rewarding Bacio Exceptional Italian Pizza Cheese can be. Pizza is your legacy. Build it with Bacio.
Well, John, we finally got to see each other at Pizza Expo after a 2-year-ish hiatus. It was great to see you. You were an absolute trooper back there with the mask on, emceeing every day. I mean, I could see you like with the mask and the emceeing and the microphone. It was just like a battle the whole time, but you were an absolute trooper for it.
That was a lot of fun. I missed not having Theo there, Kalagrakis.
Yeah, because you guys play off each other really well.
What a team.
He keeps me on my toes, because I'm like, hold on, what did he say about me? What did he say about me? I didn't get it.
I got you.
And I tried to do the crappiest Australian accent that anyone's ever done.
Right.
Yeah. What was the most special moment for you getting back to Expo after not going to Expo for so long? Like, what were you like, oh my gosh, this is the best?
I don't know. I love doing the demos and those things, and just seeing all these people that are very. When you compete, it takes so much out of you. Just physically and mentally. And this was even like times 10 or times 100. But seeing all those ovens there and all the companies that kind of picked it up, they didn't have to, they could have just said, whatever, but it was huge. I was really bowled over, and all the contestants were so cool.
Yeah.
And before we get onto whatever, all the stuff you got going on, what was the kind of some of the trends that you saw in the competition? Because you saw about every pizza come through. What were some of the trends that you saw that you were like, oh yes, this is catching on?
Yeah, well, I have a story coming in December, Pizza Today magazine.
Spoiler alert!
Wants to talk about that.
No, I think it's amazing. Spoiler alert to what is it? It's going to be the December issue.
Yeah. And deadline's coming up real soon, so.
Cracking that whip on you, no.
I know. But I love seeing these, the curries and the South American cuisine, and the trends toward anything goes. That's really cool. But then you've got these traditionalists. What's his name? Papalardo. He was awesome. And Nino Caniglio, who really, really in depth into the dough. And there was and I've got to get his name. He was pretty intense guy. He had was it butter? A buttered crust.
Was that Andy Brown, the one that won the non-traditional?
I think so. Yeah.
He won it with the cheese pizza. It was a straight up just cheese pizza. Yeah. So that's pretty impressive right there.
He was so excited about that too, and then there was the guy from LA who cut his pizza in half. It was a Detroit, cut it in half and stuffed it, then baked it off again. That was really neat. And it was really nice to talk to the judges, because you got the different aspects of things, and you've got the some of these chefs are really and I've known them for years, gone over to the, let's say, the dark side, from being traditionalists to accepting certain things. And then the thing is, you can do a curry pizza, but if you do the curry, you got to do it right. You've got to match it with the right cheeses. You got to not put too much. You got to have say a curried cauliflower is really cool, because the visual effect, if you can get down that middle and cut it and set it out on the pizza like a tree, and it's just beautiful. And someone did that, which was really nice. I like to try to follow these guys into the judges' chambers in the back, but Chris, my managing partner, was judging, Chris Tricarci.
Oh, okay.
And he said it's horrible when you get a really good slice back there, because you eat the whole thing and you're just bloated. You're like, whoa, why did I eat that? Why did I eat all those great slices? And
it's all about pace as far as that goes. Denise and I judged a competition once. It was a Midwest competition, and that's the first and only time I've ever judged. And I think it was a 30. It was only a 30 slice day, which is nothing compared to what these guys out here at the expo are doing. But still, I was under for 2 days after that.
Yeah, but it was Midwest style pizza. And if you know anything about Midwest, I mean, these are thicker pizzas with a lot of toppings, because that's the way Midwesterners do it. They like their cheese, they like their toppings, and wow, it was thick. Judging was hard. I will say, I commend the judges at Expo, because it's hard.
Years ago, they had one of the guys came out, and they had a Boboli crust for the judges to show them what a good crust was. And I was like, what? Oh my God. And then they had, came back, and I'm like, hey, I scored really low. What's up? Well, they thought that that prosciutto should have been on the pizza before the oven, not after the oven. And I was like, okay, whatever.
That's hilarious. Well, it's National Pizza Month, right? So we got to talk about pizza toppings and pizzas, because I mean, you are our main man when it comes to coming up with creative things in the magazine. What are some things that are just kind of popping right now, or that you think are really fun ingredients to work with right now? Well,
right now it's vegetables. Man, if you're not doing vegan stuff, if you're not doing a vegan pizza, I could right now, I could just say you're freaking stupid. If you're not doing vegan cheese, you're stupid. And I could firmly say that, because it's a niche people may think, vegans, they make fun of them and stuff like that, but there's always a vegan. My household's filled with vegans now. They're like zombies going around. Why do I smell meat? No.
We do get backlash from it. Like, we'll have people laugh when we post articles about plant-based and things, or we'll get people, I'm never doing that, So what do you like for those operators that are especially in smaller markets, which is hilarious because you're in a smaller market, so know that it can work. What do you have to say about these guys?
Yeah, I've got dudes like pre-heart attack victims like me, 50, 60 years old, coming in and getting a salad and wishing they could have a pizza and ordering a vegan pizza because their doctors have told them, listen, you've got to tone down, you got to start getting into this. And there's some really good vegan cheeses out there now. Yeah. Stuff that has a pull on it, that stays melty, that literally tastes like cheese. That's the other thing. We've gone through several that actually. One of them, the best one, was one where they described, what does your vegan cheese taste like? And I said, Velveeta. And everyone's like, yes, give me 2 of those.
Yeah, the first time I had it was Scott Sandler in St. Louis. He does the demos for us, but that's the first time I had a vegan pizza at all, and I was blown away how good it was, and the time and preparation he takes into making that cheese is amazing.
Yeah,
and
yesterday I did a bunch of puff.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I did some puff pastries for our slice house, and I brought them there, and I put vegan cheese on it, and I did I put vegetables and vegan cheese. I brought it there, and Chris, the manager, goes, John, so what's in puff pastry? And I'm like, oh, butter. What did you put on the outside to make it shiny? Ooh, egg wash.
They have products for that too. So
yeah.
Try
but the vegan vegetables are huge, and I've got a lot of friends around here because it's a small community who are farmers, and I get dumped on. And right now we're in the I'm in the melon and squash phase of life.
Oh yeah.
The tomatoes have just about ended, and I've got a couple cases of those that I'm smoking tomatoes now. Smoked tomatoes are so fabulous.
That sounds amazing.
And the perfect one is like mesquite with tomatoes.
Yeah.
It's so dynamic, like on a fontina pizza. You don't have to put many. With any sort of beefy topping also, like beef bacon, which is from the plate cut. It's the cut that's between the pastrami and corned beef area there on a cow. They're making bacon on with that stuff, so it's pretty cool.
Oh.
Real quick, run us through the process of smoking. How do you smoke the tomatoes?
Well, I have a box thing. It's called the Indian Chief. It's the old West Coast smoker, and I have to be really careful because it's basically just a skillet on a heating element down below, and you put the chips in there, and then you adjust the top whether you want it cold smoked or hot smoked. And the problem is I never do it at night anymore while I'm drinking beer, because you always you wake up in the middle of the night, oh my God, the smoker's still on. Oh, because that thing will just cook. It'll just cook down anything you have in there. But
then you have the dried food. By then.
That's when you call it jerky.
Hey. There you go.
It's like when I burn the shit out of something, I call it European bake. And,
I like it.
Or if I really ruin something, I call it rustic. Rustic's a great
rustic,
word.
Yeah, there you go. You always get away with it. You just call it rustic.
Just a little char.
Forget
just
a
little good char.
Call it Tuscan.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we cannot talk to you without talking about this cool new slice house. And, it's something that we've seen a lot of operators doing, spin-off restaurants and focusing on slice. So where are you doing it? How are you doing it? And what's been the response so far?
It's very good. It's been a great response. We've had a tough time with labor shortage here, even in the cow shop, believe it or not. Yeah. And that's really kind of affected our menu. We're starting to bounce back. We've got some good people working there now. And it's a really small little area, very small. And it was really tough getting the equipment in there that's exactly 36 inches. If we go 36 and a half, there's no way it'll fit. So and we've got a little setup on the counter so that people can come in and get stuff. So we decided on doing these wonderful beef sandwiches, local beef. I get a rancher out there who sends me huge cuts of either clod or bottom round, and we roast them at a really slow temperature. I did it with Italian, so I put garlic powder, Italian seasoning, salt, pepper, very simple. But I let that marinate overnight and then cook it at like 240 degrees for 2 hours. So it's really tender, and we slice it off, and then we do it kind of the Italian beef, Chicago Italian beef style, but this is Ohio, so we have to add provolone to it, and we did a horseradish crema, which is unbelievable.
I love a horseradish sauce. It's amazing. That's great.
So we're doing those things, and then for the hipsters, we've got avocado toast on the menu. So we've got both things, and but on the avocado toast, it's selling like crazy. Because we're doing a focaccia, almost like you would do a Sicilian style pizza, where it's a really long holding in the pan where it rises, and then we cook it in our new Pizza Master oven, which is a really great oven. And we will toast them and top that with avocados. But what's really selling is avocado toast with smoked salmon on top. People just love it. So that's been our little slice house thing, and it's going very well. It's really going very well.
Is it like right next to the university as far as location?
No, this is on the other side of town, which is a whole other dynamic. Here, our town is like a big hill, so some people don't even go to the other side of the hill. It's kind of crazy, but it's a nice area, and it's in a realty building, so it's really cool.
So what did it take to get this off the ground? Because you're doing it at a very interesting time in business.
It was 6 months after we signed the lease that we actually were able to open. It had so much. We waited so much for. I still have equipment I'm waiting on, and it's still not coming in. A heating element, a slice element, and a refrigerator, and I don't know where they are. I have to check.
Was this idea of a slice house even in your brain before the pandemic started, or was it something you kind of marinated on after that?
Yeah, well, we have slices in our other place, and for the first 6 months, I was told, this sucks, John. We're throwing away so many pizzas. This just sucks. But I remember in Boston, we called them the slice a-holes. They were right down below us. We lived right in the city. And I'm like, hey, honey, would you like me to go down to the slice a-holes again? You'd walk in there, and they would look at you and go, oh, what do you want? You're like, may I please have 2 slices? And they take it, and they throw it on the thing and slam it shut, and they say, $2.50, And you're like, yes, sir, here you go. And anything for a slice. So I know that I was a slice addict by then. I was just addicted to slices.
Yeah.
And once we started doing slices in our mothership, they coined the term slice face when people walk in the door and they're just like going toward the slice container and seeing what's in there and choosing their slice. And so after a while, you get those people who always in the back of their mind or in the front of their mind, they're scoping around for lunch or dinner, and they go, I could just go to the slice house and get something.
It's the easiest thing to do. It's the easiest thing to do.
It's quick, and now we've morphed to having Sicilians in there. We did have Detroits. They didn't sell as much, and they were it was a real stretch for people to try and making them, So we're looking right now at economy of motion, especially with raising wages and stuff for our employees. And economy of motion is just in every single item you have on the menu. Just keep going back to it and saying, we've got this one item and we only use it for one item and it's not very popular, and cut and try to make things a little more streamlined.
Absolutely.
But the slices are selling well. They really are.
Are you doing
consistent and have them? People will come.
Are you doing 18-inch pies for your slice?
Yeah, we're doing 20-inch New York.
20-inch, nice.
So
nice.
Those started selling like crazy, and we only cut them 3 times. So there's 6 slices, and they're
oh my gosh! So they're massive. I love it.
And so that's what we're doing at the Slice House. So we're kind of getting trying to get as much money from each customer as we can, and giving them a really great product. Here, when I hear prices that these guys are selling pies for in Jersey and New York, I even on the West Coast, I want to shoot myself in the head. You know, I'm like, there's no way I can sell that here.
$6 slice.
So,
Jeez.
but the other thing is we're doing is the market stuff, which is like very experimental stuff. We were doing. I was in Vegas at the Raku. It's the best Japanese place, and it wasn't expensive. But I took a couple Italian chefs from Chicago that I know from Chicago there, and they served a homemade tofu in a basket, and they put it on upside down. And these guys are like, tofu, I got it. Oh boy. And the woman goes, and here is this is matcha salt. And she put it all over the top and like, what are you doing? Matcha tea? So then they became addicted. They were like, man, this is better than the best ricotta I've ever tasted in my life. And give me some more of that matcha. And I was telling them, you don't want to put that matcha salt on the sushi. And they're like, shut up. So, matcha salt is amazing. If you put it on a burrata, like a ball of burrata or some small mozzarella balls, it's really cool. It's green. It's got that vegetal taste with the salt is something new for me, because usually matcha, they usually put it with cream or, a sweetened matcha.
So you're supercharging your mozzarella there.
Yes. And the other thing I made was, because I have a dehydrator, and my wife hates this. She'll walk in the kitchen and I'll have it out, and she'll just be like, oh, God.
Oh, no, it's dehydrating time.
What are you dehydrating now? Bull balls? But I did sauerkraut. I couldn't believe it. Sauerkraut powder is unbelievable. You just dehydrate sauerkraut and put it in a spice grinder, and it's like lemon zest. You can do that with lemon zest. Pickle the lemon first, lemon zest, and then dehydrate it, and you get this powder that's amazing. And so I'm really into the powders, and I actually ordered some soy sauce powder, and of course my lovely, wonderful wife had to chime in and said, "What are you going to use that with, John?" And I'm like, "I don't know, but it's soy sauce powder." She goes, maybe what you can do is add water to it, and then you can put it on like sushi. And I was like, it took me a while to catch it, but I'm like,
that's so cute. I was at a pizzeria in Minnesota, in Minneapolis, that had a horseradish powder that they used on one specific pizza. And that was really unique, and it gave it such a fun little kick to the top of it.
That's very cool.
Neat. Yeah, it was really neat.
Horseradish is underrated. One of our best things is our Afghani snowshoe naan, where we use and kneading this stuff in here as hell. But horseradish, Parmigiano, lemon zest, and dill in the dough. So we put it in regular pizza dough, and then we bring it. I do it about 19-ounce dough balls. Then we flatten it out, and then we top it with water, sea salt, and black sesame seeds. And it's a bread I have to do every week, and it's something about the horseradish in there does something. That's awesome. It's just amazing.
I'm gonna geek out on dough a little bit with you saying that. Okay, so when you have all of these ingredients that you want to add to different doughs, what kind of adaptation or anything do you need to do to that dough in order to incorporate those flavors? Do you have to adjust it at all, or can you just use it verbatim and just add the elements in?
Yeah, I try to make it a little more hydrated. It's weird what some of those elements do to bread, like olives. We do olives, roasted garlic, rosemary, two different types of olives, the Kalamatas and Moroccan oil cured olives, which really add a punch to it. And they make the most silky, beautiful dough. Something about it, and I'm not adding olive oil in there. Something about that just adds something to it. Whereas sometimes you have to cook a lot of stuff before you put it in, like carrots or stuff like that. But if I have, like, say, parsnips and rutabagas, carrots, and all these freaking root vegetables that these guys thrust upon me, I usually just add bacon, And
when
so
in doubt.
I
When
tell
in
people
doubt.
the first ingredient is bacon. Dudes my age are like, oh, that's all you need to say, man.
I've always heard that
in.
amongst chefs, bacon is cheating, right? Is it cheating, or is it just, amongst the chefs
Totally.
like, oh no, bacon, that's cheating. You can't do that.
Totally.
So I love
That's
it.
right. But so we try to do them because we're doing them on the bench, and we have to do them fast because it's just so labor intensive. We hold them a lot too. So basically, even if you can't get them, I call them impregnated into the gluten net. Even though the gluten net may be a little bit wanky, we're holding them for about almost 48 hours too. So they'll blow and they'll get really nice. It kills me to see some bakers, they're like, and this is the piece de resistance. And they take roasted garlic one in a huge bowl and they go, in the top. That is our secret. I'm like, what? It's not going to do nothing, man. But it's a labor of love. And we're trying to get through the usual suspects, which is tough because once you get done with that, it's hard to be creative when you're burnt out and you're going on your 5th hour of just making the dough. And but sometimes I'll go, oh my God, the Corsican basil bread right now is really good because their basil plants are getting a little shot. So I just have people pull up their whole basil plants and we just strip them and put that in dough with roasted garlic, sun-dried tomatoes. It's just magnificent. The fresh basil just kind of dissipates in there. You see a few little pieces and stuff, but the flavor is just all throughout that.
Wow.
Cool.
So
that's awesome.
Yeah, I know you have some other stuff going on. So we'll get into that real quick. You have you and Bruno are taking your talents to the screen.
Yeah, I am really not supposed to talk too much about it, but
okay.
Yeah, we filmed years ago. 5 years ago, we were in. So what we started doing was we were competing all over Europe. Okay, and we were going there, and it's just I remember it was Tony, me, and Bruno for a couple of years. That's all. And we would go there for 4 days, compete, and leave. And I'm like, we're in Europe, man. Why don't we just So we got a car once we landed in Geneva, Switzerland, and we were going to compete in Paris at Disneyland. And we just drove around and we just started there was one bakery we went in. It's the name of a car. It's right on the border between France and Switzerland. Anyway, we went in this bakery and Bruno just had his camera and he just walked into the back. And I, being the sycophant that I am, I'm like, okay, I'm going right behind you, and then he just started interviewing people in Italian, and a lot of them didn't know they were Turkish and from other places. And he was just recording. We went through that. And so we started doing that, and we started calling them break-ins, where we would just, it's so easy to walk in the back of a kitchen in a restaurant because no one knows if you know the owner, or if you act like you own the place, then
right.
No one's going to say anything. Maybe the chef might, but then you're just,
It's like the whole thing. If you carry a ladder into somewhere, you can get it anywhere. You can get into the Super Bowl if you're just carrying a ladder.
That's right. A ladder and a little whole suit.
So tell the people who Bruno is first, because some people may not know.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Bruno DeFabio, he's a wonderful guy. He's in Connecticut now, and he owns a couple stores. He's competed. I've competed with him and Tony Gimignani for a long time, way back in the day, and had a lot of fun times. And it was really amazing. And that's why we started filming. So we filmed, and then we made arrangements with a master baker in France and to go and bake with him and just learn as much stuff as possible. And then, so after that, we decided wow, the movie we made is kind of crappy, but let's get a film crew to do it next time. So we did get a film crew. We went through France, Italy. We made pizza with a guy in the Adriatic Sea, a fisherman. Wow. So what he wanted was a case of beer. We accosted him on the shore. He was done fishing, and he wanted a case of beer. And then so one of the guys, the crew members, went and got him a case of beer. And these were like 32-ounce beers. I'm like, oh my gosh, he's going to be driving the boat. And so he had this teeny boat, and we went out there with the film crew on the front of it. And we went, but then we got the sunset, and he caught some cuttlefish and some little fish, and we cut them up and put them on a steamer and steamed a pizza, and it was delicious.
Wow.
It was really, really good. But
talk about fresh.
So we did stuff like that.
Okay.
So basically, the premise of the show is Bruno and I competing against each other, and it's very, very cool. Bruno is a horrible loser, but he's even a more horrible winner. Like, you'll be down and you're like, oh, I lost. And he'll be over you. That was the worst. I'm in your head, dude. I'm in your head. You're going down next time too. You know, and just like, oh my gosh, just a barrage of attack. But we had some fun times. We went through Europe, and then we did another months later. We filmed in America, and in the U.S. We went down south. We were shooting pizzas, frozen pizzas in the air, like clay painting.
That's fantastic.
And we cooked over cow crap, which is huge pyres of cow poop, and we did a lot of stuff. We went to Philly, South Philly, right on the street, making pizzas in a pizza wagon, and they were some amazing pizzas. And we fought, actually, we got to fight a Rocky impersonator, and I got hit in the face. We were trying to choreograph. I got hit in the face pretty hard, man. And
there was no play acting with that, eh?
Hits.
You can never trust a Rocky impersonator. I'm just going to tell you that right now.
Well, when you're laying on the floor and your best buddy goes, "Hey, Italian scallion, get up." Makes it worse.
Philly's a place we need to go tour next time, Josh, because it's such a big pizza city. I mean, just
it really is, and
we
they
really
love
want to
their
get around
food. They love the food. So and then New York City, we went there, and then Delaware on the beach, we made pizzas in the sand like you would a crab thing, and it was a lot of fun. So anyway, it's should be picked up in soon, and they're editing right now, and
oh wow,
we'll see what happens.
Fantastic. Congratulations, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love all the pizza related stuff coming out or that have just come out. I mean, there are so many pizza related food shows right now, and I love it because you just get so many ideas and so much inspiration. So
we pitched the Food Network twice. We went down to Manhattan and pitched them. We had, they were all sitting there, the producers, and we made pizzas in the underground parking lot on the anniversary of 9/11. We bribed the security guy there, and we pulled the truck up, and then the director of security finally came down, and I'm cooking a pizza in a portable pizza oven at like 900 degrees, finishing it off in a suit, my best suit, and she comes in and she's, "Hey, numbnuts, what the hell do you think you're doing?" Bruno had already cooked his. So, and the producers who brought us, the showrunners who brought us there, they just kind of backed off. And I'm like, "Wait, you guys, hey, come on, take care of her." And she's like, "Wait, it was on the loading dock." She's like, "Do you know whose car that is? That's Bobby Flay's car. That's Giada's car. You guys are going to burn this place down. And guess what? It's the anniversary of 9/11 too." And so the producer, the showrunner, got in the truck, and I finished my pizza bouncing around the block. Like,
oh my!
That was so crazy, and it was a great pitch. But evidently, they had another pizza show that was on the Cooking Network that wasn't doing well, and so they thought pizza wasn't really the good thing. But we had a fun time, really did.
It's the most popular food in the world. Of course, it's got to be. You got to have pizza shows.
Yeah.
But you talking about cooking there on that reminds me of the time you come to our office for the menu guide, and we had that oven.
You can't talk about what happened in the office.
Okay,
we had the oven in there.
That's right. Fire department, I get you.
We're not in there anymore, so it doesn't matter. But that was a really, really fun time to see Pete LaChapelle's face every time he'd come back there and be like,
But the pizzas were so beautiful. They were gorgeous.
Still some of the best pizzas to ever come out of that kitchen. So
they were so gorgeous. I love that. We've got to find, maybe we'll just come there and just film a bunch because I just think that would be so much fun. And I think
that would be a lot of fun.
People would get a lot out of it, seeing your how-tos and things. And I'm going to give you a compliment, John. You've been sending in photos with your stories, and
can I tell him this? Can I tell him this?
Yeah.
The photo you sent in for this month for the onion story is going to be the photo that runs with the issue. I was like, there's no way.
Really? It's so pretty.
It's a beautiful photo. It's great. High res. Whatever. It's going to work perfectly. And there's no way I can replicate that pizza.
Well, that's a great compliment. I really appreciate it.
That's great.
It's so good. So we can't wait for your next story.
Yeah. It's a take on the, I'm trying to get quotes from people. And for this next story, I've got Donatella Arpaio, and she was a judge at the competition, and she's amazing chef. She's she needs her own show. I told her that, you need to be on.
I'm surprised she doesn't, really, honestly. I'm surprised she doesn't.
Unbelievable, the talent. And she agreed to answer some questions and stuff. She was talking about Beat Bobby Flay, how she is the Black Widow or whatever, but every time she's on there, Bobby Flay loses. So that's what they're like, oh no, Donatella's going to be a judge today. So, she's a very traditional judge. She likes traditional Italian foods, and she's from Puglia in the Bari area, I believe she said. And
you guys had some great banter at the pizza game at the pizza challenge. You guys were asking her questions about the judging process, and I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, well, I was surprised. The judges really opened up this year. They really did.
They did.
And it was so great to see so many female pizza makers. It was unbelievable.
It was amazing.
That was really cool.
And I hope that trend continues.
I wish we had a percentage, of like 10 years ago versus this year. I bet it's, I mean, I can't imagine. I mean, it's almost like, I don't know, 40%, I'd say at this point.
Yeah.
And it's like I said, a lot of those guys are like, well, I got a lot of females who work for me. They're at work right now. They're covering for me. And I'm like, I had one manager call me once. He's like, John, I'm like, what's the matter? What's the matter? Do you need me? And he's like, no, I've got all these females here, and the place is clean. We're getting organized, and they're communicating very well. I can't take it. I need some dudes in here to screw something up.
I need chaos.
Oh, wow. That's funny.
Well, we won't hold you up anymore, John. Thanks for coming on, being a special guest for the October for the National Pizza Month. You're one of our special guests to bring on, and we roll you out when we need the ratings and need the views.
And we know that people are going to love you
sometime.
We got to get you. We got to get you back down. I mean, we don't really have an office to go to, but
do what?
They're spotting Black Panthers down there.
Really?
Yeah, we've got Black Bear back and Panthers back. They have seen mountain lions once in a great while. So so we're reintroducing all the fun species, because John and I talk about like hiking and stuff. So we do all that backcountry kind of fun stuff. So
we were in West Virginia once, and then I was like, "There's panthers here." They say there's panthers. They call them painters. And my buddy's just like, "Don't worry. Just keep your eye up in the trees, because the first bite they hit is right in your skull. That's how they get you." And the whole time I'm like,
well, at least it's fast. At least it's fast.
Right.
Yeah.
Not like a bear playing with you for 20 minutes before.
That's right. Yeah.
What a way to go out,
Right. Perfect.
Well, that's right. Well, have a great rest of your National Pizza Month. I hope you just rock with your Halloween, whatever you've got going on with that, and the upcoming I know sales days have been kind of those big, huge days.
Yeah.
Anyways, but just rock Halloween and day before Thanksgiving, and
it'll be fun.
Keep taking those great photos and saving me some money. Keep taking those.
No, I can't go up against you, Josh. No way, man. All right, I love you guys.
All right, well, take care, John. We'll talk to you soon.